Hello everyone, I'm Bubblebox. Welcome to DayZ Tutorial 1 Basics and Movement. When you first enter the game, this is the first screen you're going to see. This is your character you're going to play in the game. Currently he's got a green t-shirt and green trousers on. You can change your character to a certain degree. You can be a she person or a he person. You can change the colour of your skin to whichever you prefer. You can change the colour of your t-shirt. We'll stick to green, I think. You can change the colour of your pants, or as we say in the UK, your trousers. Again, we'll stick to green. These are actually jeans anyway. You can change the colour of your shoes. That's about all you can do. Once you start gearing up, once you start getting some decent clothes, maybe some headgear, maybe get yourself a backpack, some weapons, this will all appear on this first screen that you come to, and that will be again the character that you first start with and all the gear that you start with when you load it back into the game. So we have a look at the server screen. The servers are all listed on the left here once they decide to come up. Most of the servers have a day-night cycle currently. There are a few 24/7 daylight servers as well if you hunt for them, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. When you do go find a server, go for one with a fairly low ping. Number of players, well, it's up to you really. When you're starting out, it might be useful to go for a server with a fairly low number of players, so you don't get hatcheted to death straight away, so you can interact maybe with the few players that are on. You'll be able to, and also if it's a daytime server, you'll be able to see people, you'll be able to see zombies, see the loot, navigate around the map a little bit better. If there are a lot of players on, you might be the type of person that wants to get stuck straight into the action. You will probably get hatcheted to death within the first 5 minutes, or eaten by a zombie within the first 5 minutes if you haven't played the game before. But hey, it takes all sorts, and that's what makes DayZ such an interesting experience. There's an interesting little button on the left here, this filter button. It's in red at the moment. If you click on that, you can search for certain things. You can decide on the maximum ping you're willing to play at. You can decide on the minimum and maximum number of players in your search for servers. You can show or hide full servers and show or hide passworded servers. Missions I don't think are yet implemented, but you can, but that's probably coming. You can also put in a keyword to find particular hosts. For example, if I put 24/7 in, it will hunt for all of the servers with 24/7 keyword in their title, and they'll crop up on the left here. These tend to be the daytime servers, and I like playing on these servers. They generally have a fair few people on as well, all getting used to the game. So also you can put servers into your favourite section here. I don't know, I haven't tried this bit yet. I don't even know if it's implemented. I assume it is. There's also a history section which shows the servers that you have recently been on. This is a really nice touch, the friends section. If you have a friend or some friends and they're already playing DayZ, or you arrange to meet them on DayZ at a certain time, then the server that they're on will come up here, and you just simply double click on it and you can join their server. So that's a really nice touch there. So if we go back and have a look at the configuration and settings, I'm not going into configuration and settings too much. I'm not an expert in this. There's a few rules of thumb. A lot of it depends on the rig you've got as to what the settings you can use, how you like the game to look, etc. It's a little bit of trial and error to get a decent FPS. You do want to be quite careful and be on the cautious side, because once you go into areas with lots of buildings, lots of open buildings, then your FPS will drop significantly if your computer can't take it. One thing I did want to show you is under the controls section and under assignments, there is a list of all the movements you can do in the game and all the keys that they are bound to. So that's quite useful for beginners at the start, or if you want to remind yourself. You could even write them down, I suppose, and use that list in game just to remind yourself of which movements are available to you. So let's get into the game. Let's find ourselves a server. We'll just go for one of these 24/7 ones, this one. When you first join in, you'll probably be next to the coast. You'll probably spawn in next to the coast somewhere in the south of the island. There is one spawn point in the middle of the island, but you're more likely to be on the coast. I've actually already spawned into this map and run inland a little bit just so it's a bit quieter so that I can do this tutorial. So here I am. When you spawn in, you will be in first person. To get into third person, you just press enter to get into third person, enter to get into first person, enter to get into third person. Most people tend to play in third person. I like to play mostly in third person. It does offer one or two sort of advantages. One of the biggest advantages, I'll show you how to move in a sec, is that you can see over things. So for example, this fence, I can have a look over, see if there's anyone over in that building over there or around over there, and they can't see me because I am behind this fence, as you can see. Okay, it's also good for sort of looking around. Whoops. Jump over your swine. Looking around buildings. So for example, again, if I'm in third person, I can have a sneaky look around if I angle my camera correctly down the road, see if anyone's coming. And of course they can't see me because I'm behind the wall. Whereas if you're in first person, it's much more difficult. You can sort of do it, but it's very difficult. It is difficult to do it without exposing yourself to the person that you're looking at. Okay, so what about movement then? Oh, let's get back out here. Okay, to move forward you press W, to move backwards you press S, to move to the right you press D, to move to the left you press A. So that's forward, W, backwards, S, right, D and left, A. If you want to sprint forward you simply double press the W, like that, and you can trot backwards. You can't run backwards, you can only run forwards. If you want to lean, you can lean to the left with the Q button, and you can lean to the right with the E button. You can lie prone with the Z button, and you can also use the Q and E buttons. While you're lying prone, you can press the Q button to roll to the left, and you can use the E button to roll to the right. To stand for the position, you press the C button. You can also crouch using the Z button, and you can go from a crouch to a stand with the C, or a crouch to a lie with the Z, and then back to the C. You can basically use them in any combination. You can also crawl around or stealth around. Sorry, you can also stealth around by pressing the shift button. So if you press the shift button, you'll just walk, instead of trotting, you'll just sort of walk forward, walk backwards, walk to the right, walk to the left, always holding the shift key down while you're using the other buttons. You can use the stealth mode in any stance. So for example, if you're crouched, you can sneak forward, backwards, left, right, left, and you can even do it while you're lying down. Not sure why you'd want to be mega stealthy, which not many people are, to be honest. Okay, another thing I need to tell you about is the mouse. Okay, use the mouse to turn your character. Whichever way you turn, your character will turn and point his body. So if you're moving forward and you move the mouse to the left, you will go to the left. And if you move the mouse to the right, you'll go to the right. If you move the mouse up, you will look up. And if you move the mouse to the left, you'll move left. Okay, you agree with that? Yes, good. Okay. The V button is used to jump over things. So basically, if you come up to a low object like this, you can't get over it, you press the V button and you'll hop over it. Sometimes you sort of step over it, sometimes you sort of V, hop over it. So that's a useful thing to know. You can't hop over large objects like, for example, that fence there. You can only do it for small objects like that small fence, pipes, some big tree roots and things like that. Now, you did see me just do that. That is the zoom button, and it's the right mouse button. It's a really useful feature. So if I think, oh, hold on, did I see someone over there? Just point your pointer at the trees and zoom in and see if there's anyone there. If you hear something to your right, zoom in, have a quick look. It's also really useful for looking over fences. You can hide yourself behind a fence, and there might be someone looting around. You can actually watch them and see what they're doing. They can't see you. So that's quite a useful feature as well, being able to zoom in and check out your surroundings. Going up to a village you've never been to before, you can just zoom in, have a look around, see if there's any players there already, see if there's any zombies hanging around. Okay. A few other things you can do. You can wave by pressing the F1 button. You can wave at people, say, yeah, I'm friendly, I'm waving at you. You might be lying. Let's just hope you're not lying. If you press the F2 button, you can actually surrender. So if there's, for example, maybe 2 or 3 guys running at you with automatic rifles, and you're like me, standing in the middle of a field with absolutely nothing, you might want to surrender to them so they don't kill you. They'll probably take all your gear, but at least they won't kill you. You could try and run away, of course, but you'll probably get mown down. Press the F3 button if you're feeling a bit tired and you want to have a sit down. So you can have a sit down, have a bit of a rest, press the F3 button and stand up, mister. Right, another really interesting feature is the Alt key. The Alt key is very, very useful. The Alt key is your friend. If you are looking in one direction and you don't want to turn around, you can press the Alt key and you can just turn your head and you can look around all the way to the back. So you can have a sneaky look around to see if there's anyone following you. Also, if you're being chased by zombies and you're running like a maniac, press the Alt key. Are those zombies still there? They're still there. Change direction. Are they still there? They're still there, etc. So, really useful key. Learn how to use it. You can look all around you whilst not changing the direction of your run. You can also use the number keypad on the right hand side of the keyboard. So for example, the 7 will look over there, the 4, the 1, the 9, the 6, the 3. I prefer to use the Alt key. It's a little bit easier to use. It's a little bit better to use, should I say, once you get used to it. Another useful key to learn how to use is the spacebar. Well, you need to learn how to use the spacebar. The spacebar raises your hands, and you press it again and it will lower your hands. When you raise your hands, anything in your hands will be raised as well. So if, for example, you're holding a can of beans in your hand, if you raise your hand, the can of beans will go up. If you're holding a weapon in your hand, like a rifle or a hatchet, the hatchet will be raised. This is a really nice touch in DayZ. So you can go up to someone and say, look, mister, you know, if I've got a rifle, my hands are down, I'm not aggressive, I'm not going to hurt you. But if you put them up, you're much more aggressive. You know, I'm going to rob you, lie down, give me all your gear, put handcuffs on them, whatever you want to do, etc. Now, when I put my hands up, you can see although I haven't got a weapon, I'm not totally defenseless. I've got my fists. Okay, there's my fists. And with your fists, if you press the left mouse button, you can punch. And you'll punch alternative sides. You can even punch objects, walls. Apparently it does you no damage whatsoever, which is a bit bizarre, but you can punch. So you do have a weapon when you start out. It's your fists. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is interacting with objects. Now, to find an object to interact with, we just need a door to start with, I think. Let's hop over here. Find ourselves, there's a door. So if you come, there's no door there. Right, okay. Is there a door here? Oh, there's a fence there. Here's a door. Right. Come on, this door. Oh, there we go. So if you find yourself a door, you need to move around a little bit until you get that icon up. Scroll the mouse wheel, you'll get up in the top left-hand corner. Closed door sign. You press down on your middle mouse on your mouse wheel, and the door will close. Press again, and the door will open. An alternative is to use the F key. This is the one that I tend to use. So get the icon up, press the F key, the door will close, press the F key, the door will open. So you can interact with lots of things. You can interact with the objects that are lying down there, you can interact with doors, some of these car boots open. I think this one will open. Let's have a look. So get the icon up, press the F, and it opens. And what's in there? Some boots. I don't really need a pair of boots, to be honest. You can also interact with these wells. Okay, so if you want to have a drink of water, get the icon up again. You can either use the mouth wheel or you can just drink. Okay, and then drink. I'll show you how to use wells, how to drink, and how to up your health in the next video. So that's interacting. Basically, it's just the F key. Just interact with everything with the F key. It's so easy. One final thing I want to talk about is communication. There's 2 ways to communicate directly in the game. One's using a keyboard and one's using a chat system. To use the keyboard, you simply press the / button, type something in, press return, and that will be broadcast to anyone in your vicinity. in the bottom left of their screen. If you want to talk to somebody, you simply press down the caps lock key and talk through your microphone, and that will again be broadcast to anyone that happens to be in your vicinity at the time. So I think that's about it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. There is one other button that I didn't talk about, and it's the tab key. If you press the tab key, it brings up your inventory, and the inventory is going to be the subject of the next tutorial, as well as talking about the eating, drinking and the health system in this game. So I hope you enjoyed my first video. It is the very first video I've ever made on YouTube, so please give me some constructive criticism, how I can improve things. Please like the video if you like it. Please subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel. I'm going to do a few tutorials and then hopefully do a series on DayZ, and maybe meet up with a few people on one of the servers. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.